All righty. Okay. Good afternoon once again, everyone. Please confirm you can hear me. Can anybody hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, brilliant.
Yes, we can hear you.
Thanks for the confirmation. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining the session this afternoon. This is the third session, which is on transitioning into cyber securities. Very quickly, before I hand over to our facilitator, Bayemi, I will be giving us a brief about the program and also about Lofty Heights Christian Center, and then a quick introduction about our facilitator. My name is Inka Thomas, and I'll be moderating this session this afternoon, right? So Lofty Heights Christian Center is, well, I would say we're in business for raising kingdom influencers. We are a church, and what we do basically is, our mission basically is centered around raising a tribe of vibrant, spirit-filled, heavily conscious, ethically relevant believers who know who they are and why they are created. And our vision basically, like I brightly mentioned, is to raise kingdom influencers and ambassadors in the society whose business is making Jesus famous. So CareeeLeap, which is the organizer of this event, is the career desk of our ministry in Lofty Heights. And then the main purpose of this is basically to empower individuals or people or new immigrants who are looking to kickstart their career in Canada. It could be people who are just migrating into Canada, or people who are currently working and are looking to transition into another field, or people who wants to get career clarity, basically. So the CareeeLeap desk is designed to help empower individuals and ensure that they achieve their career dreams and also maximize their potentials, basically. So very quickly, I would be introducing our facilitator, who is Opeyemi Olatunji, who will be the one facilitating the cyber security session this afternoon on how we can easily transition into cyber security for those who are looking or considering that career path. So Opeyemi Olatunji, also known as Dudu, is a cybersecurity professional with over 14 years experience across the technology and security space. Opeyemi is a senior security analyst with a Bachelor of Engineering in Electrical Electronics Engineering and a master's degree in Information Technology. Opeyemi has previously worked as an instructor for the postgraduate diploma in cybersecurity at the Saskatchewan Polytechnic in Saskatoon campus. Throughout his career, Opeyemi has developed knowledge of security operations, vulnerability assessment, endpoint security, email security, threat hunting, and automation using scripting languages like PowerShell and Python. Opeyemi also has extensive experience working with several security tools such as ArcSight, Sumo Logic, Siemens, and Cisco ESA, Cisco SMA, Cisco ICE, Microsoft EOP, Microsoft Defender for Endpoint, and Sentiment-1, Quiet Guide, and so much more. His grade of experience in supporting in-depth investigations, responding to security incidents, planning security events in order to provide Tier 2 and Tier 3 security support has stood out in his career, and he worked with penetration testers to simulate attacks, identify trends, and remedy to close security gaps. Opeyemi is very passionate about mentoring potential cybersecurity analysts to support their professional growth. Please join me as I welcome Opeyemi as our facilitator for this afternoon. program in how you can easily transition into cybersecurity. Thank you. You're welcome, Opeyemi.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Opeyemi.
Yeah, good afternoon. I would like to appreciate the church for putting up a program like this for everyone to help us build our careers in different areas we have chosen. Okay, sorry. I think I'm sharing the wrong thing. Hope you can see my screen.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So we're talking about a couple of things before I talk more about the program for today. Cybersecurity, most times, most people don't know. Most people actually want to, go into cybersecurity. They don't know much about cybersecurity. They just want to, probably because of some information they've heard from people. Basically, cybersecurity is when you proactively protect your asset. That's what it means. When you work in order to, proactively protect your asset, so that before you are attacked, you're already prepared. So, if you want to go into cybersecurity, there's some characters you need to have. You have to be resilient. You must have this never giving up kind of attitude. Because cybersecurity is an evolving career line. A lot of new things are happening every day. So we need to continuously learn new things so that we can be at par. So you can say cybersecurity is a marathon, not a sprint. A marathon is a long race where you will, your resilience, your determination, your inspiration, all of those things will be tested. Unlike a sprint, which is just short distance or race where your speed will only be the one to be tested. But cybersecurity is a marathon. So a lot of things will be tested apart from you getting your this knowledge. A lot of things will be tested. You have to be resilient, you have to be determined. And I always ask people who want to, start a career in cybersecurity, what's your inspiration? Most times I always get some annoying answers like they said, oh, they're paying them a whole lot of money and all of that. That is not an inspiration. Yeah, it's good. You're starting a career in the line. It has to be, it must be something that will be able to keep you, your family, support you, financially and all of that. But then there's some other things that you need to have in your tank so that when you get to the level where you feel discouraged, your inspiration will be there to actually push you. Okay, so let's start. I have a few things I'm going to talk about here. How you can switch. I'll tell you about my story and some other people, and then some action point you can start putting into place, and then how we can get the job and question and answer. Okay. I've talked about cybersecurity, and let me also add this to it. Cybersecurity wasn't a thing about 10, 15 years ago. When IT was being developed, nobody was thinking about nobody was thinking about security. Nobody was thinking about information being stolen or all of that. Everybody was thinking about how can we make, for instance, communication more effective? How can we make communication more, efficient? Getting to the other end as at when due. That was what was on, everybody's mind at that point. Nobody was thinking about security, but it came to a point where, information will be stolen. Information will be hijacked. Information in motion will be hijacked, and a lot of people losing their livelihood, finances, and all of that. A lot of information being exposed, and a lot of businesses were actually going. A lot of people were actually losing their business because their reputation damage and then financial issues. So that's that. Cyber attack became rampant when businesses' activities rely heavily on internet. So when internet came into being, there was another challenge. Internet came with its cons and pros. So some of the challenges with internet is the fact that a lot of people are losing money. if you're not very careful, password are stolen, your bank information, financial information are, being compromised, people getting their bank account being hacked and all of that. So that is the reason why every organization who is on, having their services on the internet need to, have their cybersecurity in place. That is why you will see cybersecurity being relevant in every walks of life today. Now, I want to talk about different part of cybersecurity career path that we can find ourselves. There are some areas in cybersecurity that are very, very technical. That is why some people don't really want to, get into cybersecurity. There are some that are not technical. Some people will be asking, "Oh, I don't want to, I don't like programming, so I don't want to." There are areas in cybersecurity that you don't need programming at all. So we have the technical and the not technical parts. So I'll mention, as I'm going to talk about different areas, I will tell you which one is technical and which one is not technical. So as of today, the demand for cybersecurity analysts in Canada alone is a lot. Like, let's say about 25,000 job roles to be filled in Canada as of today. Just like I said before, cybersecurity is evolving every day. There are different kind of cyber attacks that are coming up every day. Attackers are being creative. Just like attackers are being creative, cybersecurity professionals also have to be at par with them. In fact, we will say that for a cybersecurity analyst, you have to be like 2, 3, 4 steps ahead of the attacker. If the attacker is ahead of you, then you're done for. So there is always a need for cybersecurity analysts to be ahead. That is the reason why I said there is a need for continuous learning in cybersecurity. So let's look at some of these areas. We have the one that's called Security Operations Center Analyst role, which is one role I always advise anybody that's coming to cybersecurity to start with. SOC analyst. And then we have GRC analyst role. You have security engineer, you have security architect, you have penetration testers or ethical hackers. Then we have network security analyst, we have cybersecurity business analyst role. We also have cybersecurity project manager role. These are new roles that are paying a lot. We're going to talk about them. So let's start with SOC analyst, which is security operation analyst. Basically what they do is, this job is a 24/7 job. So what they do is they monitor all activities within your organization. So whenever there is any anomaly, anything that looks funny, they have to investigate it and be sure that the organization is safe. It is a very good role to start with. It is a very good role to start with. One good thing about cybersecurity is all of these areas you can move around. You can decide to move from SOC and go to GRC and go be a penetration tester. You can be anything you want to be if you're ready to learn. So SOC analyst is one very good role to start with in cybersecurity. In Canada today, they pay them a lot. And one of the certifications you need for this particular role is Computer Security Plus. Today we are having one particular new certification that is called CC. It's almost free and it's about 2 years old. I don't always advise people to write the exam alone and then not start to apply for a job. No. If you have a CC, because a lot of people are writing the exam today, but then that is not enough for you to actually get the job. You probably have to write Computer Security Plus or another one that is called GIAC Security Essential. But these are the certifications that can actually get you a SOC analyst role. But you can start with Computer Security Plus. Computer Security Plus is an entry-level certification for any cybersecurity role. So it's very, very, it's well recognized everywhere around the world. I wrote this exam while I was still in Nigeria, and it's still very relevant right now. A lot of people are using this particular certification to get jobs. And then, as you're growing, getting more experience in this particular role, you can write CISSP and CISM and some other exams that will help you to grow and then probably earn more. So some of the skills that you will need for this role, you must be very good with network protocol knowledge, and then some security principles, cyber threats, attack techniques, and then mitigations. All of this will be taught in, all of this you have to know before you can even actually pass Computer Security Plus. And for a SOC analyst role, an average salary for a SOC analyst role in Canada today is about $70,000 per annum. So it's a very good way to actually start. I actually started my career in cybersecurity with this role. It's a very interesting role. You will learn a lot, and then it can help you to navigate to other parts in cybersecurity. Let's look at the next one, which is GRC. It's also a very good role to start with. Before I forget, SOC analyst role is a bit technical. It's a bit technical, but if you are very good with these skills I mentioned, network protocols and security principles, you will do fine, and then you will learn a lot of things on the job. So for GRC security analyst role, it's not. In fact, this is the non-technical part of cybersecurity. What they do basically is they write security policies, procedures, how organizations will actually carry out cybersecurity processes, and they make sure that every area within the organization are actually following all of these policies. So basically, what they do is they write a security policy and make sure that people actually follow it. Let me give you an instance of what they do. If you're provisioning a new asset today within your organization, this team will do what is called threat risk analysis. They will look at what are the threats that can come with this new asset, what are the risk. They will identify it and then make recommendation of how to remediate this risk and threats before this asset is actually provisioned within the environment. That is why I said cybersecurity is a proactive way of protecting your organization. So just like I said, they will identify and analyze risk and report. And there's some other regulatory compliance within, for instance, in an health environment in Canada, there is a regulatory compliance that every organization must follow. This team will make sure that every process within the organization are actually following this regulation to the letter. So they are more like a police that will make sure that you are adhering to regulatory compliance. Just like I said before, Computer Security Plus is also a very good certification for this role as well, because Computer Security Plus is a fundamental certification that it covers every area within cybersecurity except penetration testing. Although they will give you this course will actually give you some knowledge about penetration testing, but not the technical skills in penetration testing. There are some other skills that you need and some other knowledge that you need, which we are still going to talk about. Okay, for GRC actually means governance, risk, and compliance. Governance, risk, and compliance. So as you're growing in this career, developing, getting experience, there's some other courses that you still have to do so that you'll be at par, so that you have this knowledge, in-depth knowledge. So we have CRISC, we have CISA, we have CISSP, we have CISM. All of these courses are very relevant to this particular job role. So for someone who is in SOC, the previous job role I talked about, if you want to move to GRC, for instance, you already have Computer Security Plus, you're working as a SOC analyst, and then you want to move to this particular role. You can just write any of this exam, CISA, CRISC, CISSP, or CISM. It's going to give you, especially in Canada, it's going to give you advantage over other people, especially that you've had some years of experience in SOC analyst. So GRC analysts in Canada today, they make between $75,000 and $140 a year. So it all depends on your year of experience. So averagely, it also depends on the province that you are. So averagely, you can earn about $79,000 a year. One funny thing about GRC, people in GRC is they tend to grow rapidly more than people in the technical area of cybersecurity. They tend to become the directors, because if you look at this role, it's more about it looks more like administration, and you see people in administration usually get to the top before technical people do. So I've mentioned some of these skills that you need. You also need a very good knowledge of network protocol. So, when I say network protocol, I mean computer network protocols. So it's more or less like you want to protect a building. You want to protect a building, and you don't know where the exit is. You don't know where the entrance is. You don't know where the window is. How are you going to react when there's an attack? So those are fundamental information that you need before you can be a very good cybersecurity analyst, whether the technical one or the non-technical one. So let's move to the next one, which is security engineer. This is a very technical role, and you must have had a lot of years of experience before you can actually, so it's not an entry-level role. GRC analyst and SOC, these are two entry roles, but security engineer is very good for someone who who has a lot of experience in IT and security. What they do basically is when we get new security tools, they are always one that will implement, install, do a lot of configurations in such a way that the environment will be secure. Also, you need Computer Security Plus certification, but then that alone won't be enough. You must have years of experience, and you must have a very good knowledge of programming language. So these are one of the reasons why people run away from this type of role. Programming language is very important because some of these configurations are actually done using running commands, making use of different programming language like C++, Python, Java, Ruby. So because this type of role is very technical, you can see they earn a lot, averagely about $100,000 a year. So it's a very, very good role. If you have the right knowledge, you will really blossom in this role if you find yourself in this role. Okay, let's look at the next one, which is security architect. Just like we have engineers, being the one designing, putting things in place. When it comes to a building, we also have architects that will do the basic designs of how the walls will be, the length, the thickness and all of that. We also have something like that, something similar to that in security. So security architect also is a technical role, and you must have had experience, in system administration, being a programmer. These are prerequisites for people who will get this type of role. And then you must have the knowledge of security. You must know very well the principle of security before you can actually excel in this role. So I have this security architect often start with roles in IT security or system administration, progressing through this position like security analyst or engineer. When you start with, for instance, SOC analyst role, for years, you must have had a lot of experience. It will be very easy to, actually transition to this cybersecurity career path, which is security architect. What they do basically is, they also design, they work hand in hand with security engineers. In fact, they do the design first, and then the engineers will now implement it. That's how it works. So what are the certifications that you will need? Computer Security Plus is also a very good one, because Computer Security Plus will always give you that basic knowledge about cybersecurity. It's going to cut across every area except penetration testing, just like I said before. So CISSP is a very good certification. Ethical hacking, certified ethical hacking is a very good certification as well. And then certified secure software lifecycle professional. It's also a very good certification for someone who wants to start a career in security as security architect. But then must have had some years of experience in cybersecurity before you can excel in this role. They pay them a lot, just like security engineers. They pay them over $100,000 a year in Canada, averagely. So let's move to the next one, which is penetration tester or ethical hacker. This is the most technical area in cybersecurity. And what they do basically is they simulate attacks to identify loopholes within the environment. So let me give you an example of what they do. I'm going to use a financial organization as an example. A bank. A bank is regulated by a central bank in every country, and there is always a report that they always give back to the central bank. Apart from the technical area, even the financial aspect, they always, there's some kind of annual auditing that they do around every operation in the bank. So in security in particular, there's always a need for the organization to carry out a simulated attack. You will pay a hacker to break into your organization. So there's going to be an agreement between the organization and the hacker. Okay, this is what I want you to break into. So the agreement I'm talking about is they're going to sign some document to say that if every information that we find about your organization is not going to be exposed, we call it NDA, non-disclosure agreement, and some other documents. So basically, they will break into your organization and they will exploit the weaknesses within your organization, and then they'll come back with a report. Not just report, a report will contain recommendation how to fix that. So before an attacker will even break into your organization, you've already broken into your organization. You've already identified the loopholes, and then you are making effort to actually remediate this loophole. So this is their work. They find every way to break into your organization and exploit and look for weaknesses, and they exploit them. They don't just look for weaknesses, they also exploit them. And then they will come back with a report. It will help your organization to fix that part. So, and then you have to present this report to the central bank, which is something you have to do yearly. So for instance, if you present a result this year, next year, they will be expecting that you would have fixed the one that was identified last year. So that's how it works. Penetration testing or penetration tester or ethical hacker is not an entry-level role. It can never be an entry-level role because you need a lot of technical knowledge, not just basic knowledge. You need a lot of technical knowledge. Strong understanding of programming languages. You must be able to work with different operating systems. We have operating system like Windows that we are familiar with. You have Mac OS. We also have one that is called Linux. Linux is a very big operating system when it comes to cybersecurity. In fact, that's the platform where most cyber attacks start from. So you must be very good with Linux operating system. And Linux operating system is a very different operating system. It is not user-friendly. So these are skills you will need to develop. You must be very good at using Linux operating system. So a lot of certifications you can actually write and skills you need to actually get before you can start this role. One is CompTIA pen test. Another one is certified ethical hacker, which I don't always advise people to go for these days. This particular certification has actually lost its reputation. So we have a new one that is called Offensive Security Certified Professional. This is the best certification for an ethical hacker. So if you want to go for this role, you will have to write this exam. And I must tell you, ethical hackers are one of the most paid cybersecurity professionals in the industry today, depending on your years of experience. So they pay them a lot. Okay, let's move to network security analyst. Basically, what they do is they protect the organization's network. To protect the organization's network. So you can have assets like the the website, the web server, the database, the email, the storage server, all of them residing on the internet. And then how will you protect this asset from being attacked? You need a network security analyst. And then we have something that is called firewall. Firewall is like it's like a gate where any traffic coming will have to pass through. So like a gate man. So a network security analyst must be very good at managing firewall, for instance, for you to be a good network security analyst. It is also not an entry-level role. In fact, it is a very good role for people who have years of experience as network administrator. So if you've administered network before, it will be very easy for you to protect the network. So we have a lot of certifications for this as well. Computer Security Plus is also a good one. We have some Cisco certifications too that will also help. CISSP and CISM. Before I might forget, CISSP is the biggest cybersecurity certification today. So you're not expected to actually write CISSP as an entry-level person. You must have gained years of experience before you can write CISSP. So network security analyst, they are also well paid. Over $100,000 a year in Canada today, depending on the province that you are. Some earn far more than this. So the last two, which I'm going to talk about, I'm just going to summarize, is cybersecurity business analyst and cybersecurity project manager. These are new roles in cybersecurity today. Most times, I'm very sure some of us are actually familiar with business analyst role. So what they do, what a cybersecurity business analyst will be on cybersecurity project. And they will work hand in hand with project manager to make sure that all cybersecurity projects, are well taken care of, interfacing with stakeholders, creating meeting schedules and all of that. So if you find yourself as a business analyst, if you find yourself in a project meeting that has to do with cybersecurity, for you to be able to actually, flow along, understand the discussion, your knowledge of cybersecurity will be very essential. So basically, you find cybersecurity business analysts on cybersecurity project alone. So of course, you must have had some years of experience in business as a business analyst, and then you must have the basic knowledge in cybersecurity so that it can flow well. The same thing applies to project manager. And in fact, today, cybersecurity project manager is one of the most paid cybersecurity professional today. They are well paid, close to $200,000 a year. As a project manager, project management is a big thing. Then if you not had cybersecurity to it. So, okay, let me just mention some key certifications that you need. Computer Security Plus is showing its face again. CISSP. And then for project manager, must have, of course, the basic or the relevant certifications for project management. And then topping it up with security, cybersecurity certification and skills will help you to actually excel in this type of role. So there's some other roles too, but these are the common ones we see here in Canada. So I'm going to stop here. Any question, or let me allow the question later. Okay, let's look at what are the things for you in cybersecurity. What are the things you can gain if you start a career in cybersecurity? I've mentioned before, there are a lot of cybersecurity roles to be filled in Canada as of today. About 25,000 roles are needed to be filled in Canada as of today. I'm talking about cybersecurity roles. So the employment, there is high employment rate for cybersecurity analysts. I've mentioned before, it is a versatile career path. You can easily move around. The most challenging part in cybersecurity is you getting a job. Once you get a job, sky is the limit. Once you get it, so it's versatile. You can move from SOC to GRC, from GRC. In fact, as I am now, I'm thinking about writing PMP exams so that I can probably be a cyber security project manager. So you can see how versatile it is. Even people in business analysts can decide to move to cybersecurity because there are job roles for them because of their experience. And as you can see, the salary is very competitive, depending on the, in fact, irrespective of the province that you find yourself, the salary is very competitive. And then job satisfaction, there's a poll that was done for cybersecurity analysts around the world to check, to know more about job satisfaction when it comes to cybersecurity. And the poll actually, the result actually supported a lot of people actually enjoying their job, enjoying their cybersecurity job roles. Yeah. Okay. Storytelling, how I transitioned into cybersecurity. Yeah, it's easy for someone who has actually been IT to, transition to cybersecurity. It's less challenging compared to people who do not have, IT knowledge. So I've always been in IT since I graduated from the university, and it was easy for me to actually transition. So the first thing I did was to actually write a computer security plus exam, and I was able to find a mentor who actually was holding my hand and all of that. In fact, after I wrote my computer security plus exam, I was applying for jobs and nobody was calling me. So until I met this my mentor, and then he told me to send my resume. And when he saw it, it was just alive. He said, "This resume will never fly." And he helped me package my resume. And he told me, he said, "You have computer security plus, you can get a job." And he told me, he said, "Go to LinkedIn and look for all the CISO." CISO is Chief Information Security Officer. So in every organization, the top guy when it comes to cybersecurity in every organization is called CISO. He's a director role, actually. So I should target all the CISOs of banks in Nigeria on LinkedIn. And then he crafted a message for me, and I was sending it to them. And that was how I got my first job. One of them called me for, in fact, I think I did with Zenith, I did with Unity, I did with Wema. And I was able to get my first job, and then I was developing from there. Although, of course, there's no job role that is not that does not come with any challenge. So we always have to find a way to actually get around it and overcome it. I don't want to talk much about my own success role, but I want to say something, especially for people who do not have IT background. I have a sister-in-law. She was in Saskatoon before she moved to Nova Scotia. She studied geography as a first degree, and then geography as a second degree. As of today, she's a manager. She's a cybersecurity manager in Maple Leaf. I don't know if you know Maple Leaf. She wrote a computer security plus when she got here in Canada, and then she got her first job role as a GRC analyst, and then she has been able to grow, writing certifications, learning. About I think 5 or 6 months ago, she got a manager role, like in Maple Leaf. She has been working in Maple Leaf all along, and then she's now a manager. What I'm talking about is within 5 years, all of this happened. Within 5 years, she never had any IT background, but then she was resilient. She was determined. She wanted to learn. In fact, she started as a BA. Here in Canada. Then she transitioned into cybersecurity. She has, the very good mentor around her who was actually, helping her, telling her the next thing to do whenever there's any challenge, and the person was helping her. And then today she's a manager. I also make the last example, someone in Lofty Eye today. He does not also have any background in IT, but he was determined to get a job in cybersecurity. And then he was also learning. He wrote his computer security plus about 4 or 5 months ago. Today, he's a cybersecurity analyst with 3 years out, and he's doing very well. So these are stories that can inspire you as well. Nothing is impossible, and impossible is nothing. If you are determined to do anything, you can go for it. There will be challenges, but then your determination and your inspiration will actually take you there. Okay, that's my story. What are the things you need to do to start getting yourself prepared to get a cybersecurity analyst role? Number one, you must get basic computer networking knowledge and basic computer architecture knowledge for people who do not have any IT background. These are things you need to understand for you to be able to actually protect your environment, for you to actually be a very good cybersecurity analyst. So these two things, you're going to start with knowing more about computer networking and computer architecture. There are a lot of videos on YouTube that you can work with. I have some links of some very good videos on YouTube that you can actually learn from, and also some books. So the first thing you're going to do is start working on getting a good computer networking and architecture knowledge. And then the next thing is, I'll come back here. The next thing is, once you are done with that, you need to enroll yourself in cybersecurity videos or platforms where you can learn about basic cybersecurity. So this is it. If you do not understand computer networking and computer architecture, you'll be lost when you get to the courses that has to do with cybersecurity. So I have a lot of free online courses that you can enroll. You can enroll on these platforms to get more knowledge in cybersecurity. That is when you've learned about computer networking. But learning about computer networking can't take you more than 1-2 hours. I mean, the basic knowledge you need. 1-2 hours, you're good. And then you can now start building yourself as far as cybersecurity is concerned. There are free videos that you can actually work with. Number 3, certification is very, very key in cybersecurity. In fact, if you have the knowledge and you don't have the skills, you don't have the certifications rather, nobody will call you for an interview. I must tell you. In fact, if you look at some of the job adverts, you will see some certifications there. They expect you to have some certifications before they will call you for interview. So these certifications are very, very important. So after you've gained all of this knowledge, you have to write a certification. I always advise people to write Computer Security Plus or GIAC Security Essential. I mentioned one certification the other time called CC. Yeah, it's a very good course. In fact, these 3 courses I mentioned, their content are almost the same thing. But CC is new in the industry. So it doesn't have the popularity that the likes of GIAC and Computer Security Plus have right now. Although some organizations are actually asking for it, but not CC alone. They're asking for Computer Security Plus and some other certification. So if you've written CC, I would advise you to also write 1 more certifications and start applying for jobs. So I listed them here. These are the entry-level cybersecurity certifications. Computer Security Plus, I've mentioned it several times. CC, that's IC Square, CC, that's the one I just mentioned. And then GIAC Information Security Essential. GIAC Information Security Essential is a very good certification, but my issue with it is it's very expensive. Yeah, it's almost at the same par with Computer Security Plus. So I always advise people to go for Computer Security Plus, not GIAC. But if you can go for GIAC, that will be a good one. Okay, the last one, you need a mentor. I don't think I would have gone far in my cybersecurity career if I didn't have a mentor at that point when I was applying for jobs and nobody was calling me. So my mentor has always been there. I also want to be some people's mentor because this mentor I'm talking about, up to today, I have never seen him one-on-one, and he has been there for me. I also want to pay back, give back to the society in such a way. So finding a mentor will be a very good way to help you scale some hurdle, because these are people who have actually had some experience and they will tell you what to do to overcome challenges that you might have faced. Now, I have some people that you can actually follow on Twitter or on Instagram. They are always, putting out a lot of information that can help, potential cybersecurity analysts. For instance, Dr. CareeeLeap. She's a Nigerian. I think she's in UK. She's mentoring a lot of people. She's mentoring a lot of people. She's a very good person to actually follow. We have Dr. Alan Harper. We have Cyber Rachel too. Cyber Rachel always put out some cybersecurity challenges and questions for people to actually, especially people who are still trying to get cybersecurity knowledge, can go to our page, a lot of questions that can actually help you. And then we have Security Tribe. They also put out a lot of information about cybersecurity. All of these platforms that I listed here, they are platforms for people who wants to transition to cybersecurity. They have quality and relevant cybersecurity information for you that can help you and can help you to actually build your career. Okay, where and how do you get a cybersecurity job? LinkedIn, Indeed, and referrals. In fact, I would advise you to start looking, even before you even write any exam, to start looking at job roles on LinkedIn, for instance, or Indeed. Look at the requirements. Look at things they're asking. It will also guide you on things you need to learn. So, in fact, one of the things I was doing back then was to be looking at job roles. And I'll be like, oh, this is what I need. This is the next thing I need. This is what. So it also helps you to, streamline what you need to do. Well, I mean, exactly what you need to do. So please, I would advise you to visit LinkedIn and look for GRC analyst roles, SOC analyst role. Look at what they're asking, what they're asking, what are the requirements they're actually asking for. Yeah. So if you've been able to write your certification, then you can start applying for jobs. In fact, with Computer Security Plus, you can start applying for job. The person I mentioned earlier, applied for a cybersecurity analyst role here in Saskatchewan, and just with Computer Security Plus, he was able to get a job. And his pay today is averagely 90K per year with no IT background. And also, another thing that can also help is internship. There are a lot of virtual internship online. After you've gotten all of these certifications, there are virtual internship online that you can actually work on while you're still applying for jobs. It will help you to get you prepared for the work, for the job itself. And then training and mentorship and accelerator. These are things that will help you while you're trying to work, while you're trying to get a job. These are platforms or ways that will also prepare you for the job that you will eventually get. Now, question and answer. Any question? I hope I've not used more than my time.
No, you're right on time, Opeyemi. Thank you very much for that eye-opening section. Thank you. And if we have questions, can you please indicate by raising your hands, or you drop it at the chat, then I will read it out. Does anyone have questions? Or maybe I should just help with a quick recap, and then we'll go into the question. Thank you, Opeyemi. I'm not in cybersecurity. I don't have any prior knowledge of cybersecurity. I've never attended any of the cybersecurity class before, but I was able to note down a lot of things, and I have some takeaways here. So first for me is you mentioning cybersecurity is all about proactively protecting our assets, basically. You don't have to necessarily work in an organization to be able to have cybersecurity knowledge to protect your assets. As an individual also, or as an entrepreneur, you can also gain some knowledge about how you can protect your assets. So I think it's key, is something I took away, which is key for me. You equally mentioned cybersecurity is more like a marathon and it's not a sprint, in the sense that you have to be resilient and determined. Keep moving and keep learning and keep improving yourself to be able to keep upskilling yourself, basically, to be able to be out there and be able to achieve your career dreams, basically. And thanks also for clarifying all the various job roles that we have in cybersecurity, both the technical and the non-technical job roles. Before now, I used to believe that everything is cybersecurity. Whether you are an ethical hacker or you are looking at network security analyst, I just tell everybody, so all of them are cybersecurity. But thanks for making those distinctions, and also you mentioning the cybersecurity business analyst. I never knew we have one. We just we just bunch everyone together as cybersecurity. And also many thanks to you for mentioning the power of mentoring, right? You mentioned how a mentor that you've never met before has handhold you and help you along the line in helping you to achieve your career dreams, which is a major takeaway for me. We don't necessarily have to know people. You can proactively connect to people in your field, in your career field, if you know that they are doing well, and if you think you can gain one or two things from them, you can connect with them and nicely ask if they can mentor you or assist you in more or less achieving your career dreams. And you never can tell. Many of them are out there looking for who they can also raise up or even mentor. Thanks for reiterating that as well, Okwayemi. And more importantly, also, you mentioned that basic computer networking knowledge and basic architectural knowledge is also key. We don't need to be technically savvy because before we can, delve into cybersecurity. And all of this is something that we can learn for free on YouTube, which is also an eye-opener for me. So I don't know, I'm sure the majority of the attendees wouldn't mind sharing some of the link that they can check up on YouTube so that we can share with them via emails, so that if for any reason anyone has free time, they can very quickly jump into those videos and learn one or two things on how they can easily transition into cybersecurity before taking on a professional course or certification. It's also interesting to know that you said certification is key. Even if you have all the experience in cybersecurity, if you don't have certification, it's a no-no for you. No recruiter or hiring manager might want to consider hiring you. Thanks for this, because prior sessions that we did, they didn't mention certification is not so important. It's a nice to have, but not typically important to have. But it's a good thing to know that before you can start in cybersecurity is a must-have. And it's also good to know that they can very quickly jump into those certifications, learn, and get certified along the way. And also in looking for jobs, you made mention of how you can check LinkedIn, Indeed, and referrals, which is a good takeaway as well. So anyone who is looking to transition into cybersecurity or look for jobs in cybersecurity, please check LinkedIn, should be your friend. Indeed also, and referrals, basically. Just, connect with people and ask them to refer you to roles. And also you made mention of internships, training, and accelerator programs, which we can also use to get jobs or transition into cybersecurity. That's just my quick recap of some of the things that I noted down. Thank you very much for the insightful session. So we'll very quickly go into Q&A. We have some time for Q&A now. And if you have any question, please show by raise of hands before I go into the questions that we have at the chat session. So I have Abiola, your hands are raised. You can please unmute yourself and proceed to ask your question, Abiola.
Thank you, Mr. Inka. Good afternoon once again, and thanks for the great session, Mr. Okwayemi. So my question is, okay, for someone like me that has been working in the IT firm for like 6 years, more than 6 years now, so I have some basic knowledge, and I also have some certification. So I would like to confirm from Mr. Okwayemi, because I went to the CompTIA site. I can see a particular one was retired July 31st. So I would like to confirm, you should confirm the particular CompTIA Security Plus we are supposed to write. Is it the XY0601 or the one that was published in, I think, November? Then also, he mentioned something for cybersecurity project manager. Okay, so I want to confirm. For me, because I have ITIL 4, if I'm going for CompTIA A exam, is it something, can I move to Cyber Security Project Manager if I have those two certification, or I should start from maybe GRC or security operations? So for security operations, there was a former company I work with. I don't know if that is what this particular one meant, because I know they work with the internal staff. If there are some maybe sites you are going to that is not permitted in the organization, they block the site, they release some URL, then some licenses. I just want him to highlight some of those questions. Thank you.
Okay. You asked 3 questions, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. I think I want to answer the last one first, and but it's not clear enough. We talk about some URLs being blocked. What exactly is the question?
Okay, so let's say I'm trying to browse a site that is not permitted.
Okay.
I know that there are some people in security team that can see virtually everything I'm doing on the system. So there's a way they can block those URL then. So I want to know if it's the same job role with this security operations center.
Yeah, it is. So Security Operations Center job role, they are in 3 tiers. So it depends on your years of experience. That is where you find yourself, maybe tier 1 or tier 2. But basically what they do is, if you're visiting a site that is malicious, there are tools in place that will detect it. And it will get it, they will get it, depending on the kind of tool they are using within the organization, they will get it blocked. Because just like I said, that role is a 24/7 role, and they're watching all activities within the organization.
Yes.
So whenever they notice anything funny, there is the system, the tool, the security tool will trigger an alert, and then depending on the settings on the tool might take action on its own. Some that it will need the help of human, like a cyber security analyst to do that. So I hope I answered your question.
Yes, please.
Okay, so you asked about CompTIA Security Plus. So CompTIA Security Plus, SY0601, is actually the one that was retired. Got retired last month, July.
Yes.
So the new one is CompTIA Security Plus SY0701.
701. Okay.
That's a new one. That's the only one
So
you
if
can
I'm
write.
writing now, I should write 701.
You don't even have any option. 601 is no longer available. So 701 is the only one available now.
Okay.
Do you get?
Yes.
Yeah. Your second question, which has to do with your experience, right? I think you were talking about you getting a what's it called?
CompTIA,
Project.
then having
Project.
ITIL 4.
I
Can I
won't
move
advise
to
you to go for cybersecurity project manager role now. I will advise you to have gotten a very good experience in cybersecurity before you go for that type of role. Because it all depends on, if you have a good experience in project manager, you can write one cybersecurity certification and then start applying. And if it's the other way around, you have a very good certification in cybersecurity, you can write a project. I advise you to write PMP or Prince 2 to put you at that level where you always get called for interview. I hope I was able to answer your question.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Okoyeme, for that. I don't know, do we have anyone with questions? Just double checking.
I think somebody dropped a question in the chat.
Yes. Okay, so going straight to the chat now, we have a question from Michelle. Michelle has asked that without any prior background in IT, what kind of personal projects can you work on to position you for a position in cybersecurity?
So, Kelly, there are a lot of personal projects you can work on. In fact, if you go through Computer Security Plus training, there's some little project that you're actually going to work with. Second one, if you enroll in online internship programs or accelerators, there are some projects that you also have to, carry out. So it all depends on the path you want to follow. I can also send some links to you for internship roles online that you can also work with to expose you. But then it is good for you. I hope you have a very good cybersecurity knowledge so that you'll be able to work well on those projects. And if you're also going through internships, so to also help you. But then if you want to get any internship platform, I can send some to you that can expose you and test your skills that you've actually gotten.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks, Okweme, for that. I'm sure a lot of people will benefit from the internship link where they can gain experience, basically. Yeah. Thank you for that. I want to believe we've answered your question, Michelle. Please indicate by maybe thumbs up. Okay. Abiola has asked again if we have any platform for computer security training.
Computer security training. Yeah, there are a lot of platforms that you can actually get trained. We have Udemy, we have Coursera, we have Cyber and all of that. Those are virtual platforms. I also take Computer Security Plus training. I have some people that I also take for 2-3 months with hands-on experience, hands-on labs, like practicals. So, but it depends on whichever one you want. Depending on your schedule. So there are a lot of platforms where you can actually get Computer Security Plus training.
Okay. All right, thanks for that. Just to add to Abiola's question, because I know a couple of people who do job shadowing. I don't know if you can share a bit on that. Job shadowing in the sense that an example is people who hasn't done anything on cybersecurity before, but has somebody who is skilled like you are, and the person is about to get jobs. The person did apply for his first cybersecurity job, but never had prior experience, but was able to job shadow somebody that is working as a cybersecurity analyst. Is this something that you can talk about, or something that is possible?
Job shadowing in cybersecurity I won't say it's not possible, and I won't say it's possible, because for every cybersecurity analyst, when you get a job, you sign what is called non-disclosure agreement, where you don't expose any information that you're dealing with within your organization, now, even when you've left the place. So I'll say job shadowing is a challenging thing. It's only if probably the person is working from home.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe the person can show you some things. And again, internship will expose you to a lot of these things. Internship will expose you to a lot of this stuff. And I must tell you, I didn't have any experience when I started my cybersecurity role. Whenever I have any challenge, I always call my mentor. Sometimes I will share screen, although it's not allowed. I will share screen and then it will put me through. So job shadowing is a very challenging thing, especially this environment that we have. The person might lose his job if you are caught, so it's a very difficult thing. But internship will expose you to a whole lot of things, and then having attending seminars and all of that will also help. Yeah.
Okay. Is there a community you can people can?
Yeah, actually, I listed some of those communities which are probably going to share. These are some of the things I'm probably going to share. Communities, links to learn about computer networking and architecture, YouTube links and all of that.
Okay.
I'll share it after the session.
All right. Thanks, Okweme. So I have Grace. Grace has asked similar question on Is there any platform one can register on that provides any discount or plan for the Compact Security Plus?
So this is it. Is it the training or the exam? The exam is around 500 Canadian dollars. The exam. So I don't know. Is it the exam or the training?
I want to believe it is the training. Grace, can you confirm that? Hello, Grace, are you there? I want to believe it's the training though. Yeah.
Okay, if it's a training, what I know CompTIA themselves, I know they have discounts for exams and training, and it runs to about 3,000 USD. So I think 25 USD, and that would be around 3,000 Canadian dollars. So I don't know. Maybe you can reach out to me after the session. We can talk about it.
Okay. What Grace has confirmed is the exam. The exam is like 2,500 online.
No, that's not the amount for the exam. That's the amount for CompTIA's exam and then training.
Exam and training.
Yeah,
okay.
It's exam and training. Yeah.
So you did mention that they have discounts for it as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Grace, you can contact Okoyemi, connect with him on LinkedIn, or contact or send us an email via CareeeLeap@lofti.com, and then we'll get any further response across. Thank you. So we have another message from Chemego Emmanuel. Is asking that after the CC certificate and CompTIA certifications, what next do you advise to work on to get enough experience and grow in the field?
So I will say after CC and CompTIA Security Plus, you can do two things together. Start applying for jobs and start internship. You can do the two simultaneously. You can still scale through job interviews with this basic knowledge. Just like I mentioned, someone got a job a few months ago with just CompTIA Security Plus certificate with although he did a project for 1 month, but there was really no experience, and it's easy to actually learn on the job. So apply for jobs and also enroll in internship.
Fantastic. Thank you for that. And also to add to the question, just thinking at the top of my head, it's a good thing to know that you equally transition. It wasn't like it was something that you started off from when you started your career. In terms of people that are looking to transition and the challenges that they might face in transitioning into cybersecurity, can you maybe touch a little bit on it? How
Yes.
you can kind of overcome those challenges.
Yes. I'm very sure most people on this platform are actually in Canada right now.
Yeah.
Number one thing I always tell people is rejection will come.
Mm-hmm.
Rejection will come. So you keep applying. And again, always try to make use of these ATS scanners before applying, because these are things HR people will actually make use of to filter out people. So you already filtered your resume before you apply. So always try to make use of the ATS scanner. Always make sure that when you're applying, you put in those keywords in your resume. I know job application itself is a job on its own, but then you have to be diligent about it. And then you have to be resilient. Resilience is very key, because I must tell you, if you apply for 10 jobs, you're likely going to be rejected by maybe 7 or thereabout. So a lot of people are applying. So it will come, but then you need to keep, because you don't know who is going to call you. You don't know when they will call you. So you just have to keep encouraging yourself, learning, and just keep applying for jobs, and do follow the right rule of actually applying for jobs in Canada. If you were to be back in Nigeria, it's a bit different, but yeah, just have to keep applying.
All right, thank you very much for that. And you are very spot on saying you just have to be ahead of the hiring manager, basically. I'm an HR professional, and just like you said, we use tools to save CVs. Your resumes, before it gets to the human eye, the computer must have first save it out by using keywords. So we should learn how to target our resume with the job descriptions. So you can use a number of tools to do that. Job scan is there, which can equally help. Just like Okoyemi mentioned, it's a different ballgame here in Canada, just like the way we are used to doing things in Nigeria. Also, in addition to that, I'll be sharing a link. It's one of the career clarity sessions that our lead pastor, Apostle Wale Tejumade, done sometimes last year on sharing insightful career clarity on how we can easily transition into or jumpstart our career here in Canada as a new immigrant. So I'll drop that link in the chat box as well. I have one last. Okay, this is just somebody asking that Kimile Emmanuel Azikoli asked if you can please drop your LinkedIn profile so that people can join. If that is fine by you, Okoyemi.
Yeah, it's fine. My LinkedIn profile is Okoyemi Olatunji.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you want to connect with Okoyemi, please search for Okoyemi Olatunji on LinkedIn. You can see him doodle. Just like his family code. So I'm sure you won't miss that out. So LinkedIn profile, let me just type his name out. LinkedIn profile Okoyemi Olatunji. Okay, do we have any more questions? We still have time, some few minutes to go. Does anyone have any additional question? I can't think of any also. Let me double check. Okay, we don't have any question. Okay, on that note, Okoyemi, I would say, I think there's a message. Okay.
I think someone is asking if there's other applications for CV scanning apart from job scan.
Okay. For you do you know of any? Is job scan that I'm accustomed to?
So this is it. I know job scan will always give you maybe like 4 trial opportunities before you start paying. But then there are a lot of other scanners online. Just Google ATS scanner. You'll see a list of them.
Yeah.
You see a list of them. They'll give you maybe like 4 trials before you need to pay. So that's what I advise people. If you're done with job scanner, go for another one. They'll give you maybe 5 or 4 times before you need to pay. And then if you exhaust that one, you can move to another one. Just Google ATS scanner. You get a list of them.
Correct.
Okay.
And you can
Someone
also
just said Job Hero. Job Hero is another one.
Yeah. And you can also check YouTube. You have a number of AIs coming up that you can, just like Kwemi mentioned, you can try for the first trial. And some even do weekly. You can do weekly trials without even paying, And if you need to pay, job scan is not too expensive. I think in less than $5, I believe you should be able to get your resume scanned vis-a-vis the job description. And what job scan typically do is it will tell you what the percentage achievement match is with the job description. So it's an investment I want to believe is worth it if you are looking to actually transition into your dream career, basically. Thank you. Do we have any further question? None for now. Okay. No other question. All right. On that note, I want to say a big thank you to you, Okoyemi. Thank you very much for anchoring this, facilitating this session this afternoon. That's the cybersecurity, transitioning into cybersecurity. On behalf of the lead pastor, Apostle Wale Tejumade, I want to say a big thank you to you, and also thank you for the insightful and engaging presentation and you sharing the tips how you can navigate into cybersecurity, and more importantly, what is in need for us, basically, or for people that are looking to transition in terms of the amount of what the compensation or the salary range is and how you can easily transition. And also, thank you very much for once again reiterating the power of mentoring. I think for me, that is key. One is an island. You just need to connect to one person, to connect with one person to be able to achieve your career dreams and maximize your potentials, basically. And you don't necessarily need to know the person that you're looking to mentor you, basically. And also, thank you for volunteering to be a mentor and to be able to mentor others that are looking to transition into cybersecurity. This is like an open check for anyone. You can connect with Opeyemi and take advantage of this and let him hold you on how you can maximize your career or transition into your dream career. On that note, on behalf of everyone, on behalf of Lofty Heights CareeeLeap, and on behalf of all the attendees, Opeyemi, I want to say a big thank you to you for taking the time out to be a blessing to us this afternoon. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Opeyemi.
Thank you. A big thank you to everyone, to all the attendees and all the registered participants that are unable to join. A big thank you to you. And before we started the session, I spoke a bit about Lofty Heights, and I'm going to do that once again. Lofty Heights Christian Center, we are in business of raising kingdom influencers. Basically, we are located at 3005 Saskatchewan Drive here in Regina, SK, and also we have our Calgary church, which is in 7555 Falcon Ridge Boulevard, Calgary. You can also connect with us online via our YouTube. We are always live every Sunday by 10 a.m. for the Sunday service. And also we are equally live every Wednesdays by 7 p.m. for our recharge program. So you can always connect with us at any time. You can equally follow us on our social media. We are on Instagram at Lofty Heights, My Lofty Heights, and also Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter as well. On that note, I will say thank you very much for everyone. We'll be sharing links or further communications on how you can reach us. And if you have any question, please feel free to drop a question or a note or an email via the email that we use to communicate with you. And other materials that Opeyemi has said he will be sharing, we will equally share them with everyone that have registered and participated in this session this afternoon. On that note, I'll say thank you very much, everyone. Do ensure you enjoy the rest of your weekend.
All right, thank you.
All right, then.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Opeyemi. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I celebrate you. Enjoy your weekend.